Go. Hello everybody, welcome back to some Dragon Quest VIII. As you can see, there's been a few changes I made in prep for today. I had a week, so I've spent a couple hours a day just messing around. First off, I did more with Dodgy Dave. Gave him most of his stuff, so Genghis now has his bandit axe. And I also got the Happy Hat. The bandit axe, that one was the pain in the ass to make because it requires a ring and a poison needle, which we can only buy now after the bazaar opens. But the gold ring is from the bazaar. The poison needle was from Baccarat. The Happy Hat is made with a combination of Saint's Ashes and a Partisan. So I did that. And yeah, it's a hat that restores MP as you walk around. Fairly useful to stick on Angelo, because as I recall, I don't think Rion can equip it, yeah. I'd probably just slap that on Rion for a good chunk of the game and just let our monsters handle it. And I did go and do most of the monster arena stuff. I guess I can show the hell that is freaking B rank. Because seriously, that one is so freaking RNG. You would not believe it. Also, like, change up my team to what I use for it. Most important character is Talos. Basically, you could see his freaking stats. Whoops. Hagzilla over here. Hagzilla is still a really good unit. And for the third unit, you can use Spike, who has multi-heal, or Dumb King over here, who has Oomph. If Dumb King oomphs Talos, you will speed run through fights, which is extremely important with what you're dealing with. Spike has multi-heal, he can cast it 3 times, so that gives you about 300 more HP on all your guys to try to get through what we're about to deal with. The other big ones, you can't, well, we could, upon reaching Irkutsk, like the 2 scenarios from now. Yeah, and the big reward you get from beating rank B is the second monster team. I probably could handle rank A after picking up some of the other guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Monster Arena is proud to present. Let's get it.
You can kind of tell what the problem is just by the first freaking team. Look at this. These are all upgraded versions of, well, our big monsters like Potty Dragon, Hagzilla, etc. Except they're all way freaking stronger. Should be noted also that, like, your team... Also, yeah, that's probably the biggest downside to Hagzilla. Also, freaking, the Tyrannosaur, the recolor for our Hagzilla, can also desperate attack. So screw your defense, you're taking about 150 damage. And the Dragon Thorn can cast Frizzle. And all 3 of them can breathe fire, too, for about 70-ish damage. Yeah, there it is. Kind of want to hope that that hits Hagzilla, because he takes half damage from that. You can kind of see just the sheer amount of damage we're taking, and the whole lot of not dying that our opponent is doing here. Finally, we got Dragern. It is very weird how the, like, targeting AI for our team works out in this. Because it feels like they like going for the tankiest guy. Like, they always go for Dragern first. Then it seems up in the air if they go after the Tyrannosaur or the Rose Dragon. Oh, here comes another Kafrizzle. Oh, right target this time at least. And there's the Desperate. This is the exact same team I used to actually win this fight, by the way. I did this one with this exact team, and look at what state we're already in. This is a dead run. There's no way I would actually make it through this one. Well, I am not going to make it through this one here. Is the better way to put it. You should also note Spike not healing. That is also a major factor. I think part of the problem is Spike's, like, I don't think he'll cast multi-heal unless, like, everybody is under 50% and he is near death. I think that's the requirements for him to do it. And look at this team now!
The fans are going absolute.
Seriously, we have Talos, a Giant Troll, and Brickman.
It's a dream.
The third fight has another Talos in it. Thankfully, it's got a rock bomb that will instantly die, so you never really need to worry about that. Okay, this is the first. They're actually going after the boss troll first? Yeah, usually they go after the Stone Guardian, and again, Spike is not healing at all. And of course, Brickman and the Paw Troll can both cause a desperate death. Oh yeah, we're freaking dead. Yeah, third round is against a Stone Man, which is the third tier of Golem. Another form of Talos, which I think this is the lower form we're fighting here, and the other one is the higher form. Spike's still not healing. Anyway, so yeah. That's what you have to get through in order to beat B rank. I didn't even come close to clearing the first run here. It's all luck. So yeah, there's that ridiculousness. I basically had to reset about 8 times before I actually won. And after that, then after you beat rank B, also Skeledoid here comes available, and as you can see, he's got stats that are on par with freaking Talos. And on top of all that, Skeledoid also gets 2 turns around, unlike Talos who only gets 1. So yeah, Skeledoid is ridiculous. Also, his attacks can cause sleep. Oh yeah, Arcturian is also another important one too. Like, this is one of the teams that can possibly beat S rank. Possibly. S rank is also pretty RNG-ish. There are a few options that you can go with, at least for S rank, but that would also requires going past getting the ability to fly. So yeah. In the 3DS version of the game, beating S rank is how you get Mori to join your party. Another major thing I worked on was making this. This is what you need for improving Rion's next sword, which is actually going to be a recoiler of his current sword. I swear the Life Bracer is one of those accessories where it's just not freaking worth it. You can actually show the recipe for making that. So let's see, yeah. Life Bracer is Recovery Ring plus Gold Bracer. And all it does is give you plus 30 HP. Recovery Ring is a Prayer Ring plus a Seed of Life. And Recovery Ring is an HP regeneration item, which I think is way more useful. For a Prayer Ring, it's a Gold Ring plus a Seed of Magic. If it wasn't for making the Uber Miracle Sword, I would not really mess with it. We really don't need to worry about our MP going through this dungeon. Primarily because, well, there's a heal spring at the very bottom of it, which is where I went and grinded. I also made very little money, if you might notice. I admittedly did spend some cash on some stuff, like some of the items for making the Sand Spear to get the Happy Hat or the Light Bracer. I'm still only sitting at 18,000 now, which is not that much. Just wait until we see how much Irkutsk costs. Thankfully, I am not going to have to actually buy up the weapon for Rio, and that's one of the most expensive items there. Since round then, I think I should get enough mini medals to buy the Miracle Sword from the mini medal place. Anyway, the reason this team is probably one of the best for clearing S rank, Talos and Skeledoid, two of the best attackers in the game. Talos is extremely tanky as well. Octurian is important because Octurian knows full heal, which is way better for this crew for healing than multi-heal. Multi-heal heals the entire party for 100, which, yeah, that is still good, mind you. But for someone like Talos, and you're only using it when you're at low HP, well, yeah, it's not going to be doing that much for his full HP, but since he's got 800, one full heal will get you really far. And the previous room was just find a switch that would raise the stairs for us to come down here. Most of the, like, rearranging the walls here are just for reaching that chest up there. Not that bad to just figure out a route through here to get to it. And obviously my main way of getting through here, spam call team. This big room, which kind of has murals showing off like the big villain back there. Obviously the big bad Dark Lord that we're going to be fighting at the end with his army of monsters. This is a temple, like, dedicated to him. I don't think he gets named until after we're done in Arcadia. There are actually surprisingly, like, little items to be found in this place. There was a dragon scale, a mini medal, one other item here. There are several mimics you gotta deal with, though. This room's puzzle was also really simple, but it is, like, lore-based. Why do you revert frickin' left-right? Anyway, this is yet another one. You can see Rapthorn there on the right, and that's Imperia on the left. You can see the Sages and Imperia fighting against him, and the Scepter in the middle there. And you had those two statues, like, they had lasers coming in their eyes, and you're supposed to make them look at Imperia's wings, and that gets you through here. You can also see some familiar kind of looking faces down there, like you could see the what was his title back in Myella Abbey? The Bishop? The Bishop? Anyway, the head of the Abbey back in Myella. And then we're at the end. Come on, really? That's just being a dick. Especially since I out-level your asses. Like, this whole area is doable at 25-ish. I have done it in the past. Having 2 monster teams definitely helps if you can manage that. Because that's 6 turns of damage on the in the boss fight coming up. That attack right there is the big downside to Octurian. He sometimes busts that out instead of saving his MP for heals. So that's one of the things that adds to the RNG-ness of getting through S rank. I probably could handle A rank with this group.
Here he is. You ain't gonna slip away this time. Put 'em up, Dollmagus.
There's nowhere for you to run now. We've got you cornered.
I made a promise to my brother. You'll pay for what you did.
Well. What persistent fools coming after me in here. If I'm not mistaken, you're the very same servants of Trode I had the displeasure of meeting at Myalla Abbey. So, you think you can defeat me and lift your master's curse? What admirable loyalty. But alas, I am not receiving visitors at present. I'm healing. This magic is so overwhelming that my body can hardly contain it. Such is its power. A small price to pay for obtaining such unimaginable might. Anyway, you won't be staying long, will you? Such a pity. You won't be able to fulfill your master's wish. But at least you shall fulfill your own destiny, to die at my hand.
Here we go. I swear only this, Imperia, and the final boss are in contention for being like the hardest fights in the game. Yes, I am. Wait, we want her to start off with Magic Barrier. We want to save his MP. Oh yeah, Rion got enough courage that he has MP reductions for all of his abilities. And this is why I was waiting. And this is his dick move. And, they don't really hide who well, which one is the... Well, not the actual Dominguez. Don't skip on your heels. Bust out everything you got. Oh joy. Actually, don't need everybody. Well, I mean both Brion and Angelo healing. Oh, thank God he decided to waste a turn. Oh, not that one? Okay. It's just a sleep move. Annoying, but workable. Oh, he's already away. Good. There we go. I'm bringing out the team once I take out the other clone. He can resummon them later, but I think each time he does, they have less HP. And usually by the time he busts out the second one, he's get pretty close to death. It's kind of funny how, like, little actual magic he uses for his fighting. That is mid-healable. I mean, his mid attacks are smack us with his stick, whip us with stuff from his stick, and throwing rocks at us. Okay, there we go. Forgot he had multi-heal. Which is kind of annoying, but it's also not that much. 100 HP is a lot for us. It's not for the bad guys. This team doesn't have buffs up. Very nice. Nah, you already woke him up. Oh, nice. Now, it's important to note that the, victory screen showed up here. It's very important. Because that means what we're about to have is a separate fight.
You surprise me. I never imagined you could squirm for so long. Had I not been healing, I would have crushed you in an instant. But never mind. It is time we brought this little show to an end. What a pity. What a pity it will be to finally say goodbye. You will writhe in the unbearable agony of these thorns forever. What? Why isn't it working? What kind of trickery is this? Ah, you leave me no choice. Now, you will face my true might.
Because just like Frieza, this isn't even his final form. Now, round one with Dual Magus. That one isn't too bad to actually handle. Like I said, at 25 you can handle it fairly easily. Well, not easily. But it is definitely beatable. And then he ramps it up for this part. He doesn't even have the clones, but he's got some much more dangerous attacks. And yes, this is a completely different fight we can resummon. And on top of all that, we also can, if we die in this part of the fight... Actually, wait, Jessica... They need our barriers up. Even though his worst attack is physical, technically, I think. Anyway, if we die during this part of the fight, we just wake up at one of the church, the last church you saved at with half your gold missing, and you do no longer have to fight the first phase. Ah, there's his big move. Yeah. This is why multi-heal is so useful. As I recall, he does have some breath attacks, so Insulatl can actually be very useful here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, he has a lot of really strong AoEs. I'm trying to see if I can hit some defense off of him before swapping in the team. Oh, yep, we can. Got those, so it's all step. At this point, also, I have, like, you know, way more HP, so I have a lot more of a buffer to work with. Gun would probably be more in the 200s. Okay, now it's time to bring in the teams. I have actually seen my monsters die to dual magus, by the way. So it's not like they're perfect here. Behold the power of freaking Skeletoid. Dude, this will probably actually do some pretty good damage. Yeah. That move can also do some damage with our lower defense on our human characters at the moment. And obviously having the second monster team helps a lot, takes a lot of pressure off. One of the weird things, though, is that when you get the second monster team... Mori talks about how, like, you... Oh, okay. You can use one the team for the fighting and another for the healing. But it's like, how do we use it for healing? There's, like, 2 monster teams, I think, that will actually give benefits to the player party? And you have to build an entire team specifically for that, and one of them involves a post-game monster, so it's like... Eh? Nice.
We done it, Gov. We finally given that Dalmagus what he had coming. He had us going all round the houses, eh? I bet the old codger and the horse princess are back to normal now. They'll be having a...
Now Abbot
Abbot, that's
Francisco
what they
can
called
rest
him.
in peace, and I'm free to do as I please. How about you, Jessica? Feeling better now Dalmagus has got his comeuppance? Hmm? What's wrong? You can tell me. I'm
That is a
curious.
really jarring, like, shift in tone in his voice there.
Defeating Dalmagus isn't going to bring Alistair back. It's hard to know what to feel.
Yoo-hoo! Ah, Grandad! Finally transmorphed back to a human, eh? Hang on, Grandad. You still look like a freak.
I am not your granddad. And if you must make fun of someone, perhaps you should look in a mirror.
He wasn't making fun of you. We've just defeated Dalmagus. You and the...
You defeated Dalmagus? But this can't be. Why on earth hasn't the curse been lifted? Oh, no, no, no! Why? Why isn't it wearing off? Ever since he stole the treasured scepter from my castle. Aha! Yes! What about the scepter? What's happened to it?
You mean this?
Yes! That's it! My family's treasured scepter!
Oi, Grandad. Hadn't we better be getting out of here soon?
I suppose you're right. We won't accomplish anything twiddling our thumbs here. Let's go back to Argonia for a while. Well done, everyone.
Isn't it weird that we go to Argonia when that isn't even, like, the closest town to where we're at?
But for tonight, we must rest. I will spend the night in the wagon. I don't want the prince.
Kitsu.
Gov! Gov! This ain't good, Gov.
It's more game, Gov.
It's
Only at, like, the halfway point or something.
around. When I woke up, the bed was empty and all the stuff had gone.
You lost one of your friends. Talked about the girl with the big bosom. She already left. Spotted her about to leave the inn before the sun had even come up to ask her where she was going. Said she was going north. Fairly sure there's a checkpoint up there. Never here before. Go northeast out of Argonia, you come to a bridge by a waterfall. There's something good to be had there. Across that bridge, keep going north, you come to a checkpoint. Nothing particularly special about that, though. That's where we're going. And yes, we're going to be without Jessica for a while. We're wanting to go like that little land bridge that was between the upper and the middle continent that we're currently on. I don't know why the land bridge isn't shown on the map, though. It is, in fact, there. I'll probably be making liberal use of Holy Protection, just so that we don't get too much XP with Jessica out of the party, because she doesn't get any, like, automatic leveling for when she comes back. Yep, have yet another broken checkpoint. Like we're not allowed to really explore much here at the moment. Was literally just standing around, staring at the house.
Don't come any closer. I don't know who you are, but I won't let you hurt Master Domenico.
What are you mumbling about, David? What could you possibly do to protect me? You useless good-for-nothing. Move!
Of course, Master.
I think we already know what the plot is going to be centered around these two characters.
I am Domenico, the great magician. I presume you have come for me. Well, I regret to inform you that I knew you were coming. I foretold this encounter. Consequently, I have already mastered the spell necessary to eliminate a pesky little wand waver like you. So, away with you. Go back to where you came from. Alakazam!
Such a pity. Such a pity. You can't see how useless your feeble enchantments are against the might of this scepter. Already it has claimed the lives of 4 heirs.
What? Enough of your trickery. Nothing can resist my magic. Alakazam!
It is time to end this now. Watching you struggle on in vain is just too pitiful. What's this? Well, you were quicker than I expected. Well, it seems your pathetic circle has helped you after all. If it don't worry, you're safe. For now. I'm not in the mood to take you all on at once. I just haven't got it in me. If I were you, I'd prepare a more sturdy defense for our next meeting. And perhaps a shroud.
That was a narrow escape.
Master Domenico, are you hurt?
Get off me! You disgusting piece of filth! This isn't a chance for you to wheedle your way into my good books.
I wasn't trying to.
Enough! Go and give Sir Leopold his dinner. Can't you see I have business to attend to?
Of course, Master.
You. It seems I am indebted to you.
Don't know who you are, but I imagine you know who I am. You've heard of the great magician Domenico, I presume? Nope, not heard a peep about you. What an honor to have helped me. How lucky you are. I will permit you to dispense with formalities. Simply call me Master Domenico. Now then, that wand-waving sprat. She said something rather ominous about coming back, did she not? The great Domenico cannot magic up a barrier stronger than the one I already erected. Despite having thanked you already for helping me before, I shall now bestow you with the honor of running a little errand for me. You accept, no doubt? Good, now then, there's long been a family of stonemaces in the town called the Crambartles. There are two jewels known as the Cran Spinels, which have been in that family for generations. The jewels harbor tremendous magical power. Asked them to give me the gemstones before, but the last Crambartle was a stubborn old fool. He refused to listen to reason. So your task is simply to persuade the Crambartle family to hand over the Cran Spinels. However stubborn they are, I'm sure they wouldn't ignore a truly heartfelt plea. Anyway, the method you use is up to you. I only care about results. I will be unable to construct a barrier capable of warding out that pesky wand-waving wench without those jewels, so hurry along! Oh, you forgot to ask me. The Crown Bartles live in a tiny little place situated just below the fountain in the courtyard. Yep, we've actually already seen the Cran Spinels. They were in the statue when we were at Alexandria. Now we can actually start exploring here. I got my list of mini medals to look for. Naturally, some of the books have some alchemy recipes in them. Is just for this one, it's kind of confusing. Look at the map for a tree house and smash the pot between the third statue and the wall. What would you define as a tree house on the map? The ones down here, pretty sure. Let's go to the front of the area and work our way back-ish, I guess. I recall that's for one of the spicy cheese recipes. Oh, almost missed that one back here. How many of them do I have on me? 3. I think that puts us at 58. Couple places back here. Oh, wait. That might be it? Between the third statue and the wall. Yep, that was that one. Next one is the house with 2 statue makers in it. Some of them just like crumble as you're throwing them before they even hit something. Oh joy, a club for Yangus. You know, his worst weapon type in the game. Got all those. Oh, this is the Cranbartles. This is the Cranbartle household. Who are you? You're looking for the Cranspindles? You have to talk to my father about them, I'm afraid, but he's not here. He's building a tower up north of town. You need this if you want to get in there to see him. Yep. This is more of a puzzle dungeon. His name is Rhydon. If you go and manage to speak to him, perhaps you could ask him to come and visit his family once in a while. There is no boss up until our confrontation with evil Jessica. Yeah, that's it for here. What else in here? I think this might be the place. Yep, there we go. Got that one. This one's at the inn. Of course, we still gotta raid the drawers of everybody. Anyway. We're getting to the point where shit's really expensive, but we're also, like, after you get through that part, everything, like, money becomes far less of a concern, you know? Random bunny tail, huh? Oh yeah, and at night there's a secret shop that opens down there. And it sells us. Oh no, wait, right here. This is where the secret shop is. And he sells you a seed of skill. We can only get one, but in the 3DS version, as I recall, you could get a couple more. But they got, like, increasingly more expensive every time you got one. What? Oh, yeah, for a second there. Well, at least there's a place to buy rock bomb shards. Get one in here. Barrel across from the dresser. Oh. There it is. To the armor shop for one. Knife. Current sword's better than that one. Health scythe is equal to Yangus's axe. Actually, for winning the B rank, you got the Bartership Binding, which is a scythe. Oh, all of our gear is now in our inventory. Okay, yeah, here it is. It's actually better than the bandit axe. I heard that also includes the like attack bonus we get for using certain weapons because of our skill points. Surprisingly good enemy spell reduction there. It's like the only thing worth buying, I would say, that I haven't already picked up. Already said, it'll be expensive. Actually, I think the bikini will actually change, Jessica's appearance in battle, too. I guess there's that if you want it. Free book of evasion. There it is. Got to go to the house above the armor weapon shop. And this is where we find this guy. You aren't you? Yes, we met in Alexandria, I'm sure of it. You remember me, don't you? Lorenzo, Jessica's fiance. Impossible to return home without Jessica, so we've embarked on an impromptu journey. Learn something new every day. People call me a sponge, you know, because I soak up all the knowledge I come into contact with. At least I think that's why they call me that. Oi, Featherbrain, what are you still thinking about? Hold the scaffolding still. Yes, of course, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's what happens to Lorenzo. Except that we already find an infamous monster. Heck, why not? Give us a monster coin worth some money. That's 200. No. Let's bust out our ride. All the... Where's over this way? Trying to open it from the front, but this can't be unwieldy. Oh, wait. Do the griffins have the... what is the word for it? Repulse? Basically, they had the ability to kick your monster team away. like, not guarantee they'll do it. Or maybe it's their later versions that do it. I know that the boss version of these guys that we fight later on, well, he can do that. Oh, we can actually get on the map. There it is. And yes, we gotta climb that sucker all the way to the top. I guess we won't use it automatically. I guess the stone sword is supposed to give kind of a hint of the connection between Alexandria Tower and this place. The family did build that one too. And yes, the big gimmick for this place are seesaws. I can't move even if I push and pull as hard as I can. Yep. Lot of statue you gotta deal with. This site doesn't even have a way there. That's the way we're supposed to go. You kind of see that there's a spot here for a statue. Finally, he got that. I don't remember getting his next tier bow somewhere there. It's a bit annoying we can't just, like, you know, fall down if we could. It should be noted that there are ways to kind of, like, lock you out in these areas where basically you'll need to leave the area completely and come back if you actually want to continue. I think going back to the previous screen and going back in will reset the statues. It's like if I had pulled the statue off of that right there, wouldn't have been able to, like, get it back on. Shit starts to get complicated. Excuse me. Now that's what we're aiming for. going at a slightly odd angle there. Oh. Oh, we want to try to make sure it's on side up here. You also need to make sure it's like right up on it.
Well, there's a surprise. Making good progress, I see.
Access very much from down here. Go up there. Oh, hey, Talos. All the way, okay. really want to go over there. Here's one chest. It's over there. Great, the soul spawns are back. These guys are a pain in the ass because if all of them decide to cast their sleep ability, it'll just make the fight a slog. Yeah, that. Well. Oh, hey, free recovery ring. The one we want. This one. What? Should do it. Oh, we made it to the top. Like one more section. There being a chest up here somewhere. Up there it is. There's the man we're looking for. That was the bow I was thinking of. That's an 18 attack boost.
What? You made it? All the way to the top, like? Eh? Ha ha ha! If it's that easy, I've got more building to do. Can't have a novice like you getting to the top. You're all right, young'un. I'm right on. And what do you want with a sculptor like me, eh? You're looking for the cran spinners. Ah, those old gemstones, is it? They've been out of my family for donkey's years. I've never even laid eyes on them myself. This is what I heard like. One of my ancestors put them in a... Ooh. Ah, this damn back. Always giving me trouble. Anyway, I heard one of my ancestors used them in a statue she carved. That's right. It was the pinnacle of her career, they say. Her best work. Where's the statue now? I can honestly say, I don't know. You'll have to find it yourself, young'un. All I can tell you is the lady's name, if this whole block of mine isn't letting me down. Her name was Alexandra. That's about it, I'm afraid. Unless there's something else I can help you with. What? My son said I should pay him a visit once in a while? There's no time for that. If a novice like you can get to the top of my tower, I've got my hands full here. I'll just have to build it higher. The only way is up, as they say.
I think since we don't have Jessica in the group, we can actually go into her room. There is something we can actually, like, her costume changing outfit for her there. Wait, guess not. Oh, when does that change? Been so long. Nothing around here is really worth fighting. Hey, you annoying bastards. One where we have to flip around twice. And once again, we can't do anything with it until we try to leave for some reason.
Wait, brave travelers. I am Alexandra. Many years past, I lived in your world. It was my hands that sculpted this statue. Let me tell you a tale. A forgotten moment lost in the great ocean of history. The story of the bloodline of the sages. I was born into the Crambartle family, a family descended from one of the legendary 7 sages. But my generation saw the legacy of the sages pass to the Albert family when I married. You see, I was the chosen heir. The blood of the sages has remained in the Albert family ever since. But that lineage was severed by a dark and evil power when the life of the latest chosen heir, Alistair, was ended. Nevertheless, I am an ancestor of the...
I don't know why there only gets to be one heir. I mean, shouldn't technically Jessica be the new one?
So, I will do everything I can to help preserve the Albert family line. I want you to take the crayon spinels from the statue. I have no doubt they will be of use to you. Now, Jessica is the only one who can continue the Albert family line. I beseech you to go to her aid.
Go. Guess while we're here, at this time of day, there we go, Seat of Skill.
Oh, I'm human again. And I can see your face. Is this a dream? I have to admit to being a little glum. I thought the curse would be lifted after you defeated Dormagus. And now Jessica's gone too. I wonder where she could be. Do you think this has anything to do with the curse? I'll be praying for her safe return.
Here we go again. Domenico being an asshole to David.
You disgust me. I didn't know you from Adam, but still I took you in. And this is how you repay me.
I didn't do anything. Please believe me, I was just feeding Leopold as normal.
What? What did you call him? It's Sir Leopold. Just who do you think you are? Has this imbecile upset you too, Sir Leopold? Of course he has. Such impertinence. No doubt the vile thereabouts put poison in your food as well.
Please, Master. You must believe me. I would never serve Sir Leopold poison.
Why should I believe you? If you want to prove your innocence, you'll have to eat some yourself. Not like that. On your hands and knees. And look like you. That's it. It suits you, David. Well, Sir Leopold, he seems safe enough. Enjoy your dinner. David, Sir Leopold is as much your master as I am. I shouldn't have to remind you that you treat him with the utmost respect. Understood? Ah, you're back. I apologize for my servant's unsightly display. So, what are you doing here? If you've come to report back, I'll be waiting in my room.
Looks like he sprung for some security, huh?
Ah, there you are. I hope that little scene before didn't upset you. Is nothing unusual. I don't know why, but just looking at David's face makes my blood boil. Of course, I'd never dream of firing him. I have far too much fun being his master. But enough of that. Have you got the jewels? Have you brought me the crown spindles? Ha ha! You have! I won't have you bore me with details. I only care about results. Just holding them in my hands, I can feel the waves of magical energy flowing out of them. Making an impenetrable barrier will be simplicity itself with these. That one wave, and I expect you're feeling rather pleased with yourself. Helping the great Domenico is an honor. So, let me reward you. You may serve me as a god until that meddling girl comes back. Very good. From this moment on, you will be my bodyguards. And now, for the first... Come this way. This leads to my secret library. You will find a book for me in there. The book is called The Big Book of Barriers. It contains a recipe for making a very powerful barrier.
And there's a mini medal down here. There it is. Hey, free magic vestment. Quite a bit of money. Domenico, my name is Cletus Diakonos. I was an apprentice of the great magician Koopas. More than just a teacher and master of the magical art, he was an extremely wise and intelligent man. One day he said to me, "The evil return to this land. When it does, the magical abilities of one of my ancestors will identify them as the heir of a great sage, so will place them in terrible danger." For the safety of his kin, Master Koopas came to a momentous decision. This incantation would transfer his great power to my own family line in an attempt to hide the truth from the world. Once the fateful ritual had been performed and Master Koopas stood bereft of his magical power, he turned and left without another word. I tried to follow him, but he had vanished without a trace, never saw his face again. So, yeah, the Domenico is not actually the sage heir. Guess who is? To make this all tragic and stuff. Master Koopas transferred his magical powers to me. I cast a special spell over both of our family lines. For how many years went by, the spell would ensure that the fate of our two families would be inextricably linked. That when the time came, our descendants would irresistibly be drawn together. I hope and pray that the Diakonos family will always watch over and protect the descendants of Master Koopas. Irony! This Domenico never really read the stuff here. Sir, the girl with the scepter!
What on earth took you so long? That wand-waving bimbo has turned up again. I must erect the barrier immediately. Did you find the big book of barriers? Don't disappoint me now. Yes. Yes, this is it. Now, let me see. Yes, the final barrier. I must begin at once. You! Go outside and stall that meddlesome floozy. What are you worrying about? I'll have it done in a flash. Can't you tell a great magician when you see one? Just before you go. Fiery foo and babbling goo. Behold! Now that you're in top form, go and stall that wand-waving menace. Every second.
Oh, wait. Yep, over here.
I see you've ignored my advice to prepare a stronger defense.
Shut up! You won't get past me! I won't let you lay a finger on Master Domenico!
Domenico?
What's so funny?
Such a pity that you should die never knowing about your noble origins. I could tell from the start that absurd show-off was not the one. The scepter is all-knowing. No, I seek the chosen heir of the great sage Kupus, one of the seven who sealed away the Lord of Darkness, Rapthor!
Finally, he gets named.
And that, David, is you. What a pity that the one who should be protecting you is unaware of his responsibility. I wondered when you'd turn up. Fine. I knew I'd have to fight you somewhere along the way. Still, I have to admit I'll be a little sad to watch you die.
As I recall, she can summon in friends, but she actually might do initially. Right, he doesn't get any of the anti-magic buffs, does he? Really, just... There it is. Remember, she usually starts with that, so... I think they're also immune to wind, so we shouldn't try to use Angelo's wind spells on them. Lovely. Really? Are they just immune flat out to, like, all AoEs, maybe? Oh, wonderful. Handled all that. Annoying part of this fight. They handle it fairly quickly, I guess. Well, thankfully that doesn't matter. Ain't that nice? Oh, wonderful. It's basically the strongest single target spell in the game. Oh, now we need a multi-heal. I don't think she can be sapped. Oh, wonderful. Oh, there we go. Nice. Then the fight still continues.
It's not possible. No human could match the power.
This is their second time.
You won't get away with this. Now you'll see the true power of this scepter.
Move! Move! Just in the nick of time. The barrier is ready. You villainous fiend! Take my life, would you? Well, you'll have to break through my barrier first. Ah!
Well, guess who's our next possessor of the scepter?
Behold, I am well done. You did a fine job of keeping her at bay until I was ready. I must reward you. You may have the honor of finishing her off. Do you accept? Good. Then
Wait,
Wait!
I mashed a bit too fast there.
Gone completely doolally. Cool, blimey! Who is this strange creature? A friend of yours? Tell me what's going on. Well, well. So, this girl is a friend of yours. And she's been under some kind of curse ever since you defeated the Duel Maker.
Oh my gosh.
Hardly a good excuse. But I don't care anymore. The girl is yours to do with as you please. Consider it a reward for attempting to protect my life. There won't be any, financial reward, of course. Wait, where's Sir Leopold? He's gone. He must have been scared off by all the disturbance. David, go and find Sir Leopold at once.
Yes, Master.
They carry the unconscious Jessica to the end. She appears to be having some kind of dream from which she cannot wake up.
I heard this story from my great-grandmother. She told me how her own great-grandmother was a renowned sage who came from the Western continent to be married.
A sage? What do you mean?
I didn't really understand at first either. But apparently, even though she was a woman, she was a master of sword fighting and magic.
Really? So, maybe that's why you're so good at them too. Maybe it came from her.
If only. But I'm not under any illusions. I'm sure there's room for improvement with my sword work, and any real magician would think my magic's just child's play.
You think? Well, I can't do either. If you ask me, your magic's amazing.
Thanks, but it really isn't. In fact, I wasn't the one who inherited our ancestors' magic. I think it was you, Jessica. I'm sure there are abilities and skills that haven't yet been awakened in you, but one day they will be. And I can't wait to see you when that day comes.
coming too.
King Trode. Gov. What happened? I feel like I've just woken up from a really long dream.
Ah, it looks like you're back with us at last. Don't you remember? You disappeared the day after we defeated Dulmagus.
Yes, I do remember. But wasn't that all a dream? I was being controlled by a hideous magical force, just like Dulmagus was. It was this huge, terrible, evil, magical being. The Lord of Darkness, Rapthorn. But I found some things out. Listen, I've got so much to tell you.
There's no need to rush. Just take your time and start at the beginning.
Yes. Rapthorn was ordering me to do things. He told me to seek out and destroy the heirs of the Seven Sages so his seal would be broken. Rapthorn once terrorized the world, and it was the Seven Sages who managed to seal away his soul. They didn't have the power to destroy him completely, but they shut his soul away in the scepter and sealed it with their mystical blood. Rapthorn's curse seeks to destroy those sages' heirs. Master Rylus, my brother Alistair, Abbot Francisco, and the man from Baccarat too. Everyone who's been killed has been an heir of one of the Seven Sages.
The plot thickens. Do you mean to say that the reason Medea and I haven't been turned back to normal is also to do with this Rapthorn fellow?
I don't know, but there are only 3 heirs left. David and 2 others. If the heirs of all 7 sages are wiped out, Rapthorn's seal will be broken and he'll escape from the scepter. That's it! The scepter! King Trode, where is it? Where's the scepter?
You mean the royal treasure? Come to think of it, I don't know. I lost sight of it in all of the hullabaloo.
No! David's in danger. Whoever picks up the scepter will fall under Rapthorn's control. We have to find it. We have to save David. Come on! We must find the scepter before it's too late.
Whoops. Can't work out what? Oh wait, do I actually have to? I actually have to talk with him there, maybe? Or do I have to talk to Domenico? Don't remember exactly what triggers Leopold showing up. Oh no, wait, I think he's in dining room. Yep. Ooh, I've been feeling well ever since seeing that little witch off, you know. It's not a physical matter, just got an uneasiness that I can't seem to shake. Whatever the word, but I'm gripped by the feeling I made a most almighty blunder, but the great Domenico does not suffer from indecision and regret. Nobody to talk to you now. Leave me. Come back and see me later if you need anything. Oh, there we go.
Someone help! Come quickly! It's David! At the scepter!
Now, there are only two left. You will interfere no more.
Please, go after Sir Leopold. He's the only one who makes Master Domenico happy. Without Sir Leopold, Master Domenico would be so unhappy. Master.
What's happened? David? Esteemed heir to the great sage Coopers? Why has it taken me so long to realize? I couldn't protect you. All the
I suddenly
ancestors of
care.
my family for generations. My ancestors brought me and Coopers' heir together for a reason, but I... No. Just thinking about it is too painful. Is unbearable. I must apologize if I worried you. It hit me the moment I saw poor David's body. Now everything is clear. It appears I was put on this world as part of a grander design. That is, protecting the heir of one of the great sages. Protecting David. But somewhere along the way, my ancestors let the power go to their heads. We lost sight of our true purpose. If only I'd realized all this sooner, I could have prevented this tragedy. I ordered my servants to bury David as the heir to a great sage should be buried. But nothing can put right the wrong I have done. I am not fit to show my face in public. Will you do me one last favor? I know it was my Leopold who ended David's life. It pains me to have to ask you, but will you destroy him for me? Will you avenge the spilt blood of the sages? That creature isn't my Leopold anymore. He's being controlled by some evil magic. I know this won't make amends for my unforgivable ignorance, but it's all I can do now. And I owe you something too, for all the trouble I have caused you. Oh, yes. I see that the girl has yet to unlock her true potential as a magician. Allow me to awaken the dormant powers within you.
But that she gets Kassizzle and Crackle.
People say they saw Leopold Eddie.
Hardly ever get well, Crackle, as I recall, is full enemy party hitting, so that one does have some uses. But Kafrizzle is weaker than Twin Dragon Slash.
Best of luck.
Wait a minute, Gov. It's nothing much, but... Ever since we defeated Dulmagus, and I picked up the scepter, I haven't been able to speak my own mind. So I just wanted to say this now. I don't feel like I've avenged my brother's death at all. I don't know who or what this Lord of Darkness Rapthorn is, but we can't afford to relax while the scepter is still missing. I don't intend to stop searching until we've found that scepter and sealed Rapthorn away again. So, I guess we'll be... Sorry. Did that come out a bit strange? Oh yeah? Well, at least I don't look strange. You should look in the mirror sometime.
He wants you back? Alright, let's go save, and then we're off to the frozen north. And now we gotta give her all of her stuff back. And as I recall, the next dungeon does not have a boss as well. Is our next boss? There's kind of the wolf fight, but I don't really think that was really much of a boss fight. I guess it might actually be Imperia, now that I think about it. Think about it. Go drop off our mini medals. Come on, there he goes. Still, oh, meteorite bracelet. That's best put on Yangus since he's dude in the group. Oh, Rion got it. Wait, cure? Huh. This is one of the weirder monsters you can recruit. He is a healer, mind you, so yeah, could be very useful. Curse again can only be gotten post-dual Magus. I can't remember how like kinky he is. Yep, save. Jeez. No one has a silence ability. I can put him to sleep. Oh, there we go. There we go. Don't know why our tiger left, but we didn't actually go in. It's just church.
Welcome to Dreamland, Sleepyhead. I'm so grateful for these chances to talk to you. And I'm so happy Jessica's back with us. Even if Father and I are still cursed. Sometimes I wonder if we'll have to spend the rest of our lives like this. I'm sorry. It's just that I get so sad every time I think of Trodaine covered in thorns. You know what's strange though? That you weren't affected by the curse. But I shouldn't be surprised. I always knew there was something special about you. Don't forget to take me to the spring every now and then. I miss talking to you.
An actual golem in the wild. Ran into one, I think. I forgot that there was this kind of like really short transition cave. Just to block off the snow area from a more humid area? Temperate? Whichever.
It's almost too cold to bear. But if we don't retrieve the scepter, Medea and I may never return to normal. We'll just have to grin and bear it. Let's keep pushing on. At least moving might help us to warm up a little.
Great, it's another Wirvine.
I shouldn't have to put up with being in a freezing place like this. It's all Magus' fault. Well, but he's dead now. So I suppose it's that Leo what's-his-name's fault. I don't know. Dog of all things.
Oh, stop your whinging, Grandad. It ain't as if we've got a sweat on you, know. Just get on with it.
I beg your pardon? How uncalled for! I don't see why I shouldn't be able to say whatever I please. You've no right to talk to me like that. No right at all. I'm absolutely livid. Livid, I tell you. I'm going up.
Taco. Yeah, there are two mini medals that are in this place. You want to make sure you grab them ASAP. One of them, the other one's outside. You are awake. You have nice color in your cheek. It is good sign. Dobra Pasulvivad. I cannot speak Russian. Welcome to my home. I am Marta. I live out here in the mountain where I grow herbs. Ready for you soon. Today it should warm you up nicely. How you feeling, Gov? You alright? I was worried about you, like, you was the only one who wouldn't wake up. It belongs to the old granny over there. Lives here on her own, you know. We're not far from where that avalanche happened. She says we could stay here till the snow clears up a bit.
That dog over there is called Boris. He's the one who dug us out from the snow. What a dog. He's a lot more use than a certain king, don't you think? And he smells a bit better, too.
How dare you, boy? How could you say such a thing about your own master? Honestly, who do you think called for the dog's help in the first place?
He's made for something called nook grass. Warms you up, makes you more resistant to the cold weather. A bit strong at first, but I could get to like it. Why don't you ask the old lady for some too, Rion? When you got caught up in that avalanche, I hurried over to this hut for help. I was in quite a panic, I must admit. A hot sick would have had her. There was just an old lady living here on her own. Look what happened. That dog over there is a dab hand when it comes to pulling people out of the snow. Or should I say a dab paw. Anyway, he pulled you out and we managed to get you back to the hut here. So you could say he played a part in your rescue. If I hadn't come here in the first place, you'd still be eating snow. I do hope you're grateful. Please sit by the fire and warm your bones. I will bring you some of the nook grass tea.
Please, drink. This nook grass tea will keep you warm even in the bitter cold of this snowy land.
How terribly kind of you. First you save us from the avalanche, then you put us up for the night, and now you warm our innards. Now that's what I call hospitality.
And what's really amazing is that you helped a weird old monster like him in the first place.
You loathsome lowlife! You, of all people, have no right to call me weird.
It is true that his appearance is a little unusual. But when you get to my age, you learn not to judge a horse by its harness. And of course, I would help anyone who was in trouble so far from civilization.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but why do you live all the way out here on your own?
Of course I do not mind, dear. There is an old ruin behind my house. My ancestors have looked after it generation after generation. It is a family duty. But that will all end with me. I have no one to follow in my footsteps when my life is finished.
Really? It must be pretty tough living on your own like this. Duty or no duty.
It is comfortable enough. I have lived here since I was a child, so it is not a hardship. Besides, and from time to time, people get lost here in the mountains like you, so I am not lonely. And I always have Boris to keep me company.
Ah, on the subject of dogs, we had something to ask you, Marta. This will sound a bit strange, but we're pursuing a big black dog, and we heard that he might have been headed in this direction. There's a good chance he may have come this way. Have you seen anything?
No. I am sorry. The only dog I know about is big old Boris over there. Sorry I cannot be of more help. If you go down the mountain and go to the north, you will come to a town called Irkutsk. Maybe someone will know something there.
Ah, that sounds like an excellent idea. Right then, chaps, there's no time to lose.
Oh, yo. If you are hasty, others will only be amused. That is an old saying here. One should not be so eager to go back out into the blizzard. The night is coming. Why don't you rest here? I am sure the blizzard will be gone by morning, so you can leave for Irkutsk then.
Yes. Wise words, my good woman. Very well, we shall rest here for the night.
Go north from the bottom of the mountain, and you will come to Irkutsk. Please be careful on your journey.
By George! Princess! Are you all right? Were you cold in the night?
Forgive me, but I must ask you a favor. If you meet with a man called Marek in Irkutsk, please give this to him. He is probably working with herbs like I am. I would be grateful if you could give him that bag. Spasibo. Thank you.
Right then! Off to...
Alrighty, and now we immediately want to go back in there. That's the other missable mini medal. Only 2 of them in the game. Everything else around here is fine. I think one of the big monsters is down there. That's a mean double turn combo there. There he is. You sure we want to sap his ass? Yep. All in the team. One part of one of the bigger teams. He does look to have like lower stats than like capers. However, the robot line guys, they actually get double turns. And sheep over there. Huh. That's a sword that only Angelo could use, as I recall. Oh, here we go again. We gonna go through the whole alphabet here? Jesus, we ended up with more enemies than we started with. We're up to Ed. Hey. Yeah. Not the best AoE Rion's got. The other Robo Hunter is actually in this area too. He's like over here. Still think about it. Oops. Hit buttons too fast. There he is. Up. He got behind me when I was menuing. You get in the party. Capers for him. Okay, it's already got both of them. Unfortunately, the third member of their team is not available until after we get our flight ability.
we've arrived in Irkutsk at last. And that nook grass really is quite marvelous. I wasn't a bit cold, even in all that snow. Now we can stay outdoors as long as we like. Excellent! Well, I'll be waiting outside the town as usual. In you go.
Swear this whole place is a pain in the ass just because of this jackass. He will lay there until we're basically done with this area. He's blocking off where we're actually trying to go. And another annoying part of this place, basically the two shops here flip-flop. I guess would probably love that. His shield doesn't reduce damage nearly as well. Dragon Mail is also really good. Not so much because it doesn't have any, like, resistances on it. I did check to see if that was a good helmet for her. Think about it. I don't remember if we need the magic vestment to make Sage Brew. I think we might. And most of these bandanas are drops. I think this is part of Angelo's best sword. Really, I'm probably not going to use. That casts Swoosh when you use it. Swoosh sucks, so eh. Trying to remember. I know one of the weapons is a really good sword for Rio, and it's the anti-dragon sword. But we actually have been following all the mini medals. We'll actually get the miracle sword soon, and that's even better for him. No. Oh yeah, and that asshole. I hate this. He's constantly wandering the area, and if he's hid in the hallway and happens to get into one of the doorways, guess which door you ain't opening anytime, well, getting through anytime soon, my dude. Might as well turn your ass around and run the gauntlet in the opposite direction. Rest until evening to see his, their other gear. Back to the entrance. Yeah, there it is, the Dragon's Bane. Okay, that is a huge upgrade for Yangus. I think the only one really better is probably his final axe, which requires us to get Imperia. The other items we can live without. Now, for some reason, we need to come in here in order to reach the rest of the town, because the other asshole is sleeping right in front of the freaking entrance. Over here, this is the way up. See, and it's still blocked. At least, like, roll the dude over. I think this leads to one of the shops. Ah, another one. Free boomerang, I guess. I think we need to read some of the books to find out where he went. Cosmic grown place with poor soul quests to cold regions of the world. Actually, cultivating medicinal herbs in such an environment would be nothing short of miraculous. Yeah, that's right. If you want the best mold, you need freaking Yggdrasil leaves. Only way to, like, effectively make use of that, basically requires post-game stuff. So at time, if he's not no Croots get them. I know, you should ask the owner of the iron shop. He's quite good friends with Merrick. He might know where he's gone. Find him in rooms, probably at the Aragon again. He grows herbs in a cave to the northwest, and they take up a lot of his time. Must be very tough going out that way in the cold so often. We have our destination. Now we need to go back. Take those. Oh, right. It's a screen transition. We went into the item shop. Right, before we do anything, though. There it is. It's exactly the same as Rion's current sword. It's also significantly better, but we can make it even better. This is one of the longer taking alchemy recipes. Fine. Probably one of the, like, how do I put this? Probably like, I'm trying to think of how to word, like, this is one of the better items to just aim for and stop if you're not too interested in finding the mini medals, I guess is a good way to put it. There to the northwest. It certainly jump up quite a bit in the mini medal counts. These guys. These are our air quote boss fight later. Uh-huh. As I recall, getting put to sleep kills all tension buildup too. Yeah, there's a chest over here. Oh joy. Can't really move the camera up and down for some reason. Ain't that nice? There's actually 3 mini medals in this dungeon too. Well then. I recall this place has ice physics. That's what JRPG needs, right? Ice physics? Yep, we slide. Just to annoy us as we walk across this thing. All for $100, huh? Come on. There we go. And yes, of course, you can, in fact, slip off and then have to run back up here. Because why else would they put the freaking ice physics in, if not to do that? Huh. Funnily enough, there is one mini medal on each floor of the Herb Grotto. Few ways down here. Very nice. It's the full MP recovery item, as I recall. Oh, I remember this place's gimmick. You walk where the water drops, and then we have to make use of that later. Down here is obviously the long way is where we're supposed to be going, right? Suddenly Wolverine. Guess there's some nice money here. All the mini metals apparently are in pots down here. We don't need a summon for this. Can only use that if she's equipped with a wand. Basically it's a costless mid heal. Pots. There it is. Fortunately, we can't just, like, grab the nook grass here. Need at least one to make the crimson robes for Dodgy Dave. As I recall, that basically gives Yangus his best shield. Alright. I think we have one of each of the strength boosters now. Okay. Stop worrying about... Oh, right, yeah, this... Go. But we can't actually climb up the... ramp over here. It's an ice one. So we have to do this to knock the icicles down. Go around. Yeah, see, it's all ice. But now we can actually walk up across them to reach the other side. reached the bottom. Remember the route we have to. Sure. Oh. Have to play the icicle game again. Only the knives were worth a damn. The only character who really uses them is Jessica. And even Jessica, if you're like actually focusing on the knives, is not going to focus on them. Wait, I thought you learned Kafrizzle. Guess not, alright. Really? Hey, that's a lot of HP. Go back around. Hey, why didn't you get more freaking MP there, my dude? Oh boy. Hey, this calls for summoning. why they didn't change the camera angle here. The first time I did this, I got stuck for a bit because I didn't realize you had to come over here to actually see the dude.
Is anybody there? Help me! I am too cold. I cannot move. Help!
This is the last bit for Munchie. Oh, come on, we're almost out of here. Wonderful. At least it wasn't a Talos or Gelidoid.
I am Marek, the herb doctor of Irkutsk. I was gathering herbs here in this cave when suddenly some wolves attacked me. I panicked and ran deep inside. Then I got trapped by the falling icicles and could not get out. I am so cold. I have to find a way to warm up. What is that bag you have? Did you get it from an old babushka called...
I haven't even said anything yet, man.
So, she asked you to bring it to me. Can you open the bag for me?
Apparently I have to actually do this manually.
Nook grass. I knew it. Dobroi. This will be perfect. Nor. Ha! He! So, Nook grass must always be diluted. At least it was not the powdered form. No one wants that up their nose. Anyway, now I am warm, that is for sure. Thank you. You have saved me, my friends. And she saved me too. Now I believe her old saying, that there is no bad without good. But how? If you are going back to Irkutsk, perhaps we could travel together. Thank you. I am very grateful. If the wolves attack again, we are better to have safety in numbers. Have they been waiting for me? There are so many of them. Be careful. These are no normal wolves.
That's a lot of wolves. What's psyching up going around? Joke's on you guys, I got two teams. I didn't realize that they had access to one of those. Huh. Behold the power of a team, although that wasn't one of the best uses of it. Want area of effect kind of stuff, not single target. Now, if we had the third death machine there, we would actually be able to... Well, there's another version of that that's even stronger. And decided not to do it. Yeah, I wanted you guys to use that.
Ah! Help me, friends! Why do they come for me like this?
Wait! He is not the one. I sense Sage's blood, but it is not. There must be another. We must find the chosen heir of the Sage.
If it's not him, guess who it is?
That voice? And what does it mean by the chosen heir? I cannot understand. It cannot be real.
Trying to, but you're not letting me in the door. See you again, my friend. Thank you again for before. Forgive me. There's something I must discuss with you. It's private matter, so let me tell you the details in my room. Yeah, but we're... Oh, hey, you actually moved out of the way now. Okay. All the way down here.
First, I must tell you about Marta. I did not mean to hide it. There was just no time to tell you before. I should be the one to take over from her. I should look after the ruin behind the house when she is gone. So, I suppose you wonder why I am living here. The truth is, she is a wise woman. I wanted to put all I had learned from her to good use. But I could not do that if I stayed in the mountains. So, I made my decision to leave, and I came here to help the people of Irkutsk with my herbs. And I should be happy, because I have helped them very much. But still, I am guilty for leaving my mother. Then, today, you appear with a bag of herbs she sent to me. I cannot tell you how happy I am. It makes me feel that she has finally accepted the choice I made.
That's what parents are for. We always try to take care of our children and help them out if they're in a pickle. But I'm sure you didn't invite us here to tell us your life story. If I'm not mistaken, you have a favor to ask.
Forgive me, you are right. There is something that is worrying me about my mother. You heard it too. That strange voice when the wolves tried to attack me. It said something about me having the blood of a sage. But that I was not the one. That it must find the chosen heir. Well, an ancestor of mine was a sage. One of the sages that sealed away the Lord of Darkness. Now my
mother and I are the only ones left from this bloodline. So, if I am not the heir, I am worried for her safety. So, I have decided to visit her and see that she is all right. And this is where I must ask you a favor. Will you come with me? I am a little uneasy about going alone. You will? Spasibo! Then we must hurry. We should leave at once.
This guy ruins things yet more.
Excuse me, Dr. Merrick, but there is a patient here.
I'm kind of British in a place where everyone speaks Russian. Well, English with Russian accents.
Into a stupor and passing out in the snow dressed like that. Of course you catch.
I slipped into it at the end there. I almost sound more French.
I feel terrible. So dizzy. I'm dying. I'm dying. All right, I will see you. I have just gathered some herbs that will cure you quickly. I have no choice. Forgive me, but I must stay here for now. I will come after you as soon as I can. Will you go on ahead to my mother's house? I hope that there will be no problem, but please go and see that she is all right.
Went the wrong way. Need to stop at the inn, though. Wrong way. Alrighty. Look at the time, I guess we'll leave saving Marta till next time. I had to like sneeze, but it's not letting me for some reason. There we go, jeez. Okay, let's save. Alrighty, so I guess next time I should also probably run around and try to get the Miracle Sword finished for Rion. So we have that for tomorrow as well. So with that, thank you all for coming on up, and hopefully I will see you again next time.